What's going on, YouTube? Just got out of the gym and it's raining, so hopefully that doesn't mess with the audio too much. But I just kind of wanted to talk about ownership costs of an Audi S4 V8.5. Very, very cheap to maintain for the first year. I've had this car for a year and a half, so I'm just gonna talk about the first year, and then I'll kind of dabble a little bit in that 6-month period. But long story short, for 1 whole year of ownership, I've paid $60 to maintain this, and that was an oil change that I did myself. The oil I got, the oil filter, the drain plug and crush washer, and I don't know if it came with anything else. It was like a kit that I bought from ECS Tuning. I'll post that in the description. That's kind of where I get 90% of my parts for this car. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description for that. I'll put it for what I got for my car, but it might be a little different for yours if it's a different model or whatever, but just make sure you read it before you buy it. Yeah, I think Audi, when I called a couple different places, they talked about oil change would run anywhere from $100 to $120 is kind of the range I got. So I did the oil change myself for half the price, and it took me, I don't know, 40 minutes maybe. It was a very straightforward oil change, nothing hard about it. The first year, only 60 bucks to maintain. Very, very cheap. Now, knock on wood, nothing catastrophic since then has happened. But I know that Audi kind of recommends you change the oil, or they say you only need to change the oil once every 10,000 miles. I personally think that's a little too long. So I did my oil change around 6.5. And when I changed the oil looked really good. So I probably could have went a few more thousand, but I don't know. I just think 10's a little too much in my opinion. So now I'm gonna kind of just talk about after that 1 year period. I only had one incident that it wasn't a big deal at all. I had the AC switch. I don't know if it went bad or there was just, they said there was some corrosion on it. So I just had them change that. It was, actually I have the paper right here. It was a $45 part and it took them 30 minutes to do. So they just ended up swapping that out. Not bad at all, honestly. I don't take my car to an Audi dealership. I'm a little weird when it comes to dealerships like that. I'd rather just take it to a private shop. So I take mine to a specialized German performance shop. They do a really good job and I trust them. So that's kind of where I stand on that. But other than the AC switch and the oil change, that's what, a little over 100 bucks. I mean, not bad at all for a year and a half of maintenance. Now I do have coming up next week DSD fluid change and tires being rotated. I'm just gonna kind of get into it a little bit. DSD fluid change, which they say should be done at the first one at the first 40,000 mark. I'm at 41, so it's okay. They said estimated off the top of their head that would run around 300 bucks ish. You're paying mostly just for the fluid. That's kind of a big chunk of it. So I'll kind of do a little update video on that, the actual total price of that. Overall, honestly, not very expensive to maintain. I haven't really noticed or heard of too much of these cars, anything like a common fault. So that kind of just concludes this video. Not a very, kind of might have seemed a little boring, but I don't know, I feel like it's something that should be talked about when you're interested in owning a car, is maintenance costs, and I always think it's kind of helpful to get an idea from other people. So that's kind of what I did before I bought this car. But I'm curious, you know, what kind of car do you drive? What's your yearly maintenance cost on it? And if you've had an S4, you know, what's your yearly cost on it? And have you had anything go wrong that, you know, anything from minor to catastrophic? I'm curious. Or do you know of anything that these cars are known for? So yeah, drop a comment, let me know. I'm curious. And like always, I appreciate you watching, and yeah, we'll see you in the next